Hey everybody, thank you for joining us on the TWNRGY Podcast.
Thank you very much.
What? I just wanted to give you guys some tips on where to find us. The main thing, well, obviously you found us if you're watching this, but...
you found us, thank you. We were lost for a little while.
Search, first one is YouTube. Go on YouTube and search TWNRGY, TWNRGY. And also do the same thing on Facebook, search TWNRGY. And then also we have a Patreon account. Or first off, we have an Instagram account. Do it for the gram, y'all. Gram it up. Grammy season's coming up. Yeah, folks. Get those grams.
Award-winning.
Likes, comments, whatever. But yeah, search for us on Instagram. Search TWNRGY. And then also Patreon. We have a Patreon account. That website is www.patreon, and it'll be /TWNRGY. And on Patreon, you'll be able to see our videos, and you'll have an opportunity to contribute if you'd like, whether it's monthly or a one-time contribution. There is expenses that are factored into this, whether it's posting and other things of that sort. But if not, feel free to continue to watch us for free and enjoy the material that we put out. And Adam has some other information in regards to how you can find us.
All right. The other things you could do to find a place to, say, listen to us on is go on Apple iTunes, go on that search bar, type in TWNRGY, TWNRGY, and then our podcast will pop up. Also, the same for Spotify. Just type in our TWNRGY name. It'll come up. And then go on Stitcher. It'll come up and you'll find us, and you could download an app for Stitcher and Spotify on your phone. This way it makes it easy. You get there, you're on the go.
Yeah, if you have Apple, it's already on the phone, I believe.
Yeah, you already have the Apple iTunes app on there. So yeah, Apple, Android, whatever you have,
what
download
your affiliation, just
whatever site you find yourself on. Download Stitcher or Spotify app. Type in TWNRGY and you'll find us.
And once you do find us on YouTube, if you could subscribe, that'd be amazing. It's just as good as contributing financially sometimes.
You can subscribe on iTunes as well.
Subscribe on iTunes.
Don't forget that.
Leave comments, leave suggestions.
We're open for it.
Open, ready for any suggestions and comments that you may have. Just let us know. We'll continue to bring information about health and wellness. And just want to say thanks again for listening to us. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Adam Fernandez.
With the TWNRGY Podcast. Love you guys. Take care.
Take care. Love you.
Hey everybody. Thank you for joining the TWNRGY Podcast. My name is Aaron.
And I'm Adam Fernandez.
Woo!
Bam.
Today's topic that we're going to cover is brain health. We all have one, so why not take care of it? It's no brainer, y'all. No brainer.
Braining it up.
Brain it up. You just get your smarts on. Bulk up that brain. But without any further ado, just want to go ahead and get started on it. One of I'll say, an easy thing for people to neglect or even take for granted is their brain health. A lot of the times, the reason being is that we function properly. Like we wake up in the morning, we brush our teeth, we get the kids ready. I don't have any kids, but if you have kids, you're probably getting them ready. You're getting lunches together, you're commuting to work, so you're thinking like, hey man, things are well. But little do we know, it's just what our brain does is that it creates efficient ways of doing the mundane tasks that I just mentioned, whether it's commuting, blah, 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 blah. Our brain just makes efficient ways of doing it. So, and part of the reason for that is that it wants to make sure that it has capacity throughout the day to make sure it can deal with things that are unexpected. Say that you get hit by a car or something like that. Heaven forbid.
That would be fun. That would not be fun.
No. Or you're walking up a curb or down a curb, whatever the case may be. You trip, you fall, you break your arm. Your body wants to have the ability to deal with those issues at the moment. So literally, you're running on autopilot most of the day. This one book we were reading, it's called The Power of Habit, and it basically reinforces this. A lot of research has shown that what we do on a daily basis is, like I said, in autopilot. I'll say, so how many times, at least for me, I've gotten to work and I'm like, and Adam could attest to this as well, he's probably done it, but you get to work and you are like, did I put on deodorant? like, oh shoot, and you gotta do a little sniff test. Don't act like you haven't.
Check it out. Put your finger there.
Sniff your finger or take a whiff. However you do it, you're checking. But then you check and you're like, oh, whew, I'm safe. That's just one of the things that our brain does.
But that's why I bring extra deodorant at work, just for those moments I do forget. I have it at work.
He's a thinker. Always be prepared. But just your brain creates efficient ways, so you do these things without even knowing. So that's just one prime example of what your brain is doing. And just for that reason, we think that our brain, because we're able to do those tasks every day, we think that our brain health is great. We don't have to worry about it, no issues whatsoever. But that's not always necessarily the case. The way I like to think of it in regards to how most individuals care about their brain health is that I kind of like to equate it to heart health in individuals. Let me get a sip of water here first. But how often have you heard a story, whether it's firsthand from a friend, a family member, or just in passing, where someone has had a heart attack and then they're like, oh man, I want to do whatever I can to better my health. I'm going to start working out every day. I'm going to eat better. But my thing is, what were you doing before the heart attack? Were you eating those fatty foods, eating fast food, drinking those sugary drinks, not even getting sleep, doing the things that lead to bad heart health? That's the same thing that people do, and that's their thought process in regards to their brain health as well. People aren't eating the right things, they aren't getting enough sleep, and then before you know it, when something bad happens, which we all hit a rock bottom, whatever it may be, our weight, our heart attack, cognitive decline, when something bad happens, whether we get diagnosed with early onset dementia, Alzheimer's, we have brain fog, or we have a stroke, worst case scenario, then some of these things you can mitigate from happening if you be proactive, but like a stroke, that's a tough thing to come back from. So point being, be more proactive about all health aspects, not just your brain health, your heart health, but just all aspects of your health. Some people also think about it this way. Most people take better care of their teeth than they do their heart or their brain. They brush them twice a day, if you're lucky, flossing them up, and just doing things of that sort.
Floss it up.
Floss it up, y'all. People are getting them they're getting them bleached, they're doing lasers, they're doing all these little different
fake
things.
ones.
I see on Instagram, they have these cute girls with these little, these contraptions that they have in their mouth. It's all glowing, LED lights and things like that, and I guess it's whitening your teeth. But point being, people care more about the exterior facade than they do what's going on underneath the skin. Whether it's your heart, it's your brain, it's your lungs, it's your digestion. People,
heaven forbid you have a pimple. You
hey
can't live with
man,
it.
squeeze it.
But
a pimple, even if you had a pimple, it's not a big deal. It's something you can just get some Oxy, whatever it is, Oxy 10, I forget what.
But I mean, people are more worried about having a pimple than like whether their brain has some sort of issue with it neurologically or whatever the case may be. Yeah,
and so it's just funny. It blows my mind how a lot of us think, I'm probably guilty of being a little vain myself, but it's funny how we care more about the exterior and what everybody else sees as opposed to how we feel on a daily basis. But one thing that Adam and I like to say is take care of your future self, because I'm sure that your future self will thank you for it. Because like whether you're eating, you're working out, you're doing this for the future you. So why not continue it? I don't know. Again, I think it's a no-brainer, man.
No-brainer.
Take care of the health of the brain as well as everything else. But just want to pass the torch on to Adam. Let him get started, and here we go.
All right, everybody. I'm Adam. I'm going to start with my section. I'm going to talk about mental exercises.
And it doesn't mean barbells.
Brain bells.
Mental sit-ups. Get all shredded, those brain wrinkles.
Yeah, but mental exercises are good because they help to strengthen your prefrontal cortex, which is the thing that helps you make your executive functions go on throughout your body, mainly like through your thoughts and stuff, with decision making, consequences of future and current activities, defining goals, predicting future outcomes, possibly be a psychic or a genie in your brain. You don't know. Aladdin. They just had the remake of Aladdin, so that's kind of cool and everything. Association.
Also, I know, man. I feel like the remakes was live actions, but yeah, and then also emotional regulation.
I didn't get to finish that. Let's get into it.
Woo!
Social control, emotional control, as well as rule learning. So it's just, the thing is, with all these different things I kind of just explained, they affect you on a daily basis. So why wouldn't you want to do something to strengthen your prefrontal cortex and therefore help to improve all the things I just touched upon within your mind and body? So it's like mind, body, wholeness, taking care of your brain.
Yeah, don't just compartmentalize. Think of it all as a working system that works together.
Yeah, some of the exercises that you can do is, one, like, we go to work, we're on autopilot. So, or even coming home from work. So what you can possibly look into doing is taking a new route to work, from work. This way you're creating strategies within your head. Should I take this freeway? Should I take those streets? How long is it going to take me? Is there going to be traffic? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so that would mean that you're not going to be able to look at your Waze on your phone and try to find the quickest route.
It may take you a couple more minutes.
But I'm guilty of that. A lot of times I take the same route. Sometimes I take other routes.
Get home, I want to kill now.
But the cool thing is when I take other routes, sometimes I don't really know where I'm going per se, and I'll take this street and it kind of leads to that one. I think I've taken that before.
Critical thinking, man.
And so I'm hoping. And so it's just kind of good. Just creates new neural pathways, or just increases or improves upon the neural pathways you already have going on.
Strengthens them, develops them. You're right.
Yeah. A second thing you can do is try something new, different, or even difficult. On a daily basis, I do something. Excuse me. Wait a second.
It's difficult to clear his throat sometimes.
Yeah. What I do that's difficult is write with my left hand. First of all, I'm right-handed, so I'll write with my non-dominant hand, which is my left hand. And to add upon the difficulty of writing with my left hand, I write backwards. So I'll say the word smile.
Baby genius.
ELIMS, and then I'll write on average
mind blown.
On average between 15 to 20 words a day, just writing it with my left hand or writing it backwards because it just adds that added
level of difficulty.
Yeah,
that's the same. The only reason I interrupt because I do the same thing, but it's been a while since I've written it backwards. I do it with my left hand, but I haven't done it backwards.
Yeah, I do it backwards every day. But the other thing I kind of found out by just writing down random words is when I was writing down positive words such as love, peace, happiness, smile, it made me think in a more positive light.
Yeah.
And it's not just, and then compared to, I've written down, say you write mad, hate, angry, this, that, the other, these negative connotations, and it kind of like makes me go,
stirs that up in your brain. I am mad.
Yeah,
did wrong.
Aaron's bugging me right now. Yeah.
I do it a lot.
No, I'm just saying, 'cause you're right here. But yeah, like, so I did. That's just kind of one thing to maybe focus on. Maybe write down positive words. That way, you kind of set yourself for the day. You have those positive thoughts in your mind, and not everything's gonna bug you. Maybe even if you're in a bad mood, writing something positive is gonna help you in your mind to have a better day. So try that. Another thing you can do, third, is play various strategic games, possibly chess, checkers, poker,
Sudoku,
21,
the newspaper.
Also, if you're really up for it, bust out that old game of Candyland. You know you've been wanting to play.
Ladders, baby.
Boom, Shoots and Ladders, Mousetrap.
Chopping it up.
Just play these different games in order just to kind of
get in trouble. Look at that. You like to get in trouble. Play trouble.
Boom. Yeah, but it just kind of helps just to get those creative juices flowing in your head, strategizing, kind of figuring out things.
Yeah.
And then you play with your loved ones, and then it also helps to build your relationship with, like, say, your friends, your family, significant others. So yeah, it just kind of helps out in many different ways, whether it's your mind, your well-being,
fostering relationships.
So it's good. It's good. It definitely helps out in that regard. And finally, what also is going to help out, kind of like exercises for your brain, is physical exercises and activities. It's gonna help to strengthen your
fighting.
Physical? Nah, I don't want to fight.
We're not a fighter.
But yeah, it'll help to strengthen your prefrontal cortex, which is what the prefrontal cortex does. It will help you with your memorization skills and your emotional regulation. So go out there, hit the gym, work out your muscles and work out your brain so you can better regulate those emotions and you can memorize whatever you want to do.
2 for the price of 1. Work out the body, work out the brain. Feed 2 birds with 1 scone.
And have a memory like an elephant.
What'd you say? Okay, no. There we go.
So yeah, there you go. That's my part. I'm gonna throw it back to Aaron.
Here we go. Back on some of the exercises that Adam was mentioning. I'm gonna go into some practices that you can incorporate on a...
Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect. Man, that's what you think is over. All right, let's go, man.
Yeah, let me look at your notes right here.
And notes for
the birds.
For the birds. And I get that bird seed. But no, just some of the practices you can instill on a daily basis, just to better your brain development, and kind of like what Adam said, it helps to develop your prefrontal cortex. I'm not going to go through the laundry list, but 2 of the aspects of the prefrontal cortex that I like to focus on are your decision making, which is like your critical thinking, things of that sort, as well as your emotional regulation. But yeah, one practice that I've incorporated more often is gratitude. And basically, if you don't know what gratitude is, it's just kind of basically being thankful for things. It doesn't always have to be good things. It could be bad situations as well. But just incorporate gratitude practice in your daily life. And I'll get to the practices, but just being I'm grateful for Adam.
Yeah, as well as I am for you.
Yeah, and then my parents or family members, friends, is people that can help out, or they don't even have to help out, they're just in my life on a daily basis. But also just being grateful for a bad thing, such as like, oh yeah, man, I'm so happy I got that ticket yesterday when I was speeding. But yeah, it's good for the fact that now I'm going to be more cautious about my health and well-being, as well as the health and well-being of other people on the road. So I'm not going to hit them, get in an accident.
Or even learning from the bad thing somebody else did. Because even seeing like a motorcycle accident last night just reinforces me, pay attention, be safe, watch out for motorcyclists that may be weaving in and out. Therefore, you don't hurt them or yourself.
Yeah, I just want to take care of everybody. Just be calm, be patient, be grateful. But one of the practices that I have been more apt to do as of recent, in the morning I try to write a couple things that I'm grateful for, and then at the end of the day I'll do the same. I'll just write some other things that I'm grateful, whether it's something that happened that day or it's about an individual that came into my life throughout that day, a friend, a family member, just an acquaintance, somebody random. I just like to give great gratitude towards those events and those people and those situations. Also, if you so feel inclined to, let people know that you're grateful for them being in your life. Whether it's a coworker that listens to your drama or your stories or issues, whatever the case may be, just tell them, say, hey, I appreciate you listening. Because you're taking them away from being productive. So thank them nonetheless. But to say, hey, I appreciate you being there for listening to my stories, my issues. And also, if they're giving you advice, just let them know, hey, thank you for the advice. I appreciate it. This, that, and the other. So instill a gratitude practice. Gratitude is the attitude, baby. That's the best attitude to keep. Whether it's a positive attitude, but gratitude is the right attitude. So, but also, what you want to do is be more positive. Adam was alluding to it earlier. Just be more positive. Be more.
I didn't allude to it. I went straight up and
bam, took it to the hole, dunked it right in their face like a little donut.
Straight up.
Yes, he didn't allude to it. He went straight down the paint, dunked it in their face. But just to elaborate on that a little further, be more optimistic. Like whether you had a job interview, say like, yeah, man, I rocked it. Or before you go to the job interview, be positive. Like, man, I'm going to do well. I know this position like the back of my hand. oh man, I got a freckle. Is that cancer?
What kind of happened to me? I got a burn on my hand. I didn't even know what happened to my hand. Like 3 days later.
So you may know the back of your hand, you may not the back of your hand, but just be positive that you're going to do well, that you're going to be successful with whatever you do. I'll be honest, it's kind of hard sometimes to be positive a majority of the time, but it's something that you can, like I said, it's a difficult thing, but as long as you practice it, practice makes perfect, like Adam said. The more often you do it, the easier it is. So just keep an optimistic view and a positive view on life, and it'll definitely help your mindset to be healthier. It'll be a more positive mindset and just a positive frame of mind in general. So why wouldn't you want to do something that's so easy, not easy, but something that's so simple that it'll benefit you immensely. Also, what you want to do is instill a sleep routine. And by that, I mean, go to bed at the same time every night, Monday through Friday. I know it's tough to do on the weekends, but especially for me, not that I'm going out partying, but sometimes maybe I want to stay up later, hang out with a friend, watch TV, or just do something with a group of friends. So just try to keep a routine habit of sleeping, because in this one book that we just read, or actually listened to, it was about a couple of different researchers who strictly focus on sleep. And that's one aspect that helps you to be more efficient in your sleeping and get better sleep nonetheless. But also, you want to make sure you get not just good sleep, but the time frame of which you get sleep. Maybe shoot for 7 to 8 hours. Sometimes it's tough based on our schedules, whether we have kids, jobs.
Waking up in the middle of the night.
I know, and then
don't drink too much water.
Yeah, don't drink too much or alcohol. But you may have a long commute, so it kind of inhibits the amount of sleep that you get. But shoot for 7 to 8. Also, that book that we were reading had said that when you start reaching 9 or more hours of sleep, obviously there's a law of diminishing returns, as well as it can be detrimental to your brain health. So just be aware of how much sleep you're getting, the quality of sleep. Also, one other thing in regards, if you're getting too much sleep, it can basically be a precursor to depression. So a lot of people, what they like to do is just sleep. Like, oh man, I have all these issues, I don't want to think about it, I'm going to go sleep. So if you feel that way, you may want to seek help. But yeah, I'm just going to get a little water here. Is be aware of your mental well-being as well as just your brain health. But then also, there's several sleep cycles. There's your light sleep, your REM sleep, as well as your deep sleep. And I guess awakeness would be considered a sleep cycle, because if you wake up there at the middle of the night. But the two you want to focus on the most, or in regards to improving upon, are your REM and your deep sleep. Both of these sleep cycles basically help clean out your brain. What happens is amyloid plaque builds up in your brain, and when you go through these two sleep cycles, it helps to clear out a lot of that amyloid plaque. Also, your REM sleep helps to reinforce things that you've learned throughout the day.
So it improves your memorization skills.
Yes, so just sleeping is so beneficial to so many aspects of your life, but just try to improve that REM sleep. And in regards to the cleaning of your brain and the amyloid plaque has been shown to basically be the reason why we get Alzheimer's and dementia. It builds up in our brain, and for some odd reason, it doesn't allow us to function properly, whether it blocks certain neurological pathways or things of that sort. But either way, just try to improve upon your sleep. And one other thing Adam took straight to the paint and dunked right in the hole was exercise. And just kind of elaborate on that. Exercise helps to develop your brain, like Adam was saying. It creates the basically happy chemicals when you're working out. It helps to create dopamine as well as serotonin when you're working out. So who wouldn't want to be healthier? Who wouldn't want to, or healthier, and who wouldn't want to have better brain functions altogether just by working out? Like, do some push-ups.
Yeah.
Run around the block.
You don't
squatting it up, chin up, lunges, run in place, go for a brisk walk. You don't need to go to the gym to be able to work out. You can buy a couple weights, go to the swap meet,
buy a jump rope.
Buy a jump rope.
Couple
Bam.
weights, yeah.
Do things on your own. Don't say, oh, well, I can't afford a gym membership. You don't need a gym membership. And if it's rainy weather, snowy weather where you're at, you can do a lot of these things at home.
Do some sit-ups.
Sit up.
Get an exercise ball.
Come on.
Make it happen.
There we go. But yeah, do what's needed to benefit your health your brain health, that is, with these easy steps. I consider easy or simple, not easy, but simple, and anybody can do them. And passing the baton to this dude.
Take it and run with it. Smiles for miles. All right, everybody. I'm going to start off again by talking about eating habits and brain function. Sometimes I'll start off a week, like on a Monday, and have a little bit of brain fog just because the weekend is able to kind of do whatever I want, get off of my sleep routine, just get off all my regular weekday routines, getting up certain time for work, this, that, and the other, just kind of fogging it up and just, yeah. It just,
Foghorn.
It just happens. But some of the reasons that some people may get a brain fog is stress, hangover, or even poor eating habits. And
it's a big one.
Very big.
Lack of sleep.
And that's actually the one that Aaron and I are going to zero in on today, is the poor eating habits that lead to just kind of brain fog and just kind of cognitive decline and everything. So we're going to focus on that. And then its effects on your cognitive neurological health. So kind of just talk about a few different foods that can help improve this, to maybe throw in your diet a bit. And maybe you're allergic to some, maybe you're not, maybe you're a vegan, maybe you're vegetarian.
Your dietitian, your doctor, Planned Parenthood physician, I don't know.
So, first one being dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is good for helping you to improve your learning abilities. So, kind of maybe you have a big test coming up in a week or a presentation in a week, maybe get a bar of chocolate. Don't buy a bar of chocolate for each day.
Scarf them down.
Just get a little bit dark chocolate.
A dab will do ya.
While you're studying, munch on it a little bit and see if it can help you out. And maybe to retain some of the information for the test or the presentation.
Yep.
And then you'll be good. Another thing that's good for you is avocados. They have a high source of
superfood. Green like
Superhero.
this.
This is avocado green.
Yeah, avocado slime green.
But with avocados, they're high in monosaturated fats. Therefore, they help to battle high blood pressure. The thing with high blood pressure is that it affects you in the way of increasing cognitive decline. So, as a doctor, I'm going to prescribe you, go out the store, get a couple avocados, get a lime, get some cilantro, mix that up, make some guacamole, and fight high blood pressure, because it's only gonna using my prescription is gonna lead to an incline in cognitive function.
An avocado a day keeps the real doctor away. Bam, do it, so, Dr. Adam.
Just as a disclaimer, I'm not a real doctor, but guacamole is pretty dang good with those ingredients.
As long as you're not allergic to any of them.
Yeah.
Bam. Cilantro maybe. People think it tastes like soap. But
yeah, something in their brain rewired or wired differently. And another thing you can look into eating are walnuts, because they're high in omega-3s.
Omega-3s, y'all.
The thing about walnuts is that they look like little brains and they're good for your brain. So that's kind of a coincidence. I think not. I think it's meant to be that way. But you can be like a little zombie eating those little brains, just chewing them up.
You're watching too much Walking Dead, dude.
Yeah.
Man, zombies.
If you gave those zombies on Walking Dead some walnuts, they'd probably be happy.
They'd lose all their symptoms. They start growing their muscles back.
Their brain function.
Cheeks would fill out.
They're walnut deprived. But the good thing about walnuts is that it lowers your likelihood of Alzheimer's and dementia. So go out there and grab some.
By the handful, grab them. Bag full, handful,
the bushel
full.
Third one I want to talk about is fatty fishes, such as salmon and mackerel. They're
mackerel.
Holy mackerel. They're good. They're also high sources of omega-3s for you, and they help you to regenerate neurons. So go out, get a Philly roll at your local sushi place, filled with salmon, and you'll be good.
Get a little bit of wasabi and get some of that soy sauce, a little ginger.
Another thing that's good is ketogenic diet. With the ketogenic diet, it focuses on eating high-fat diet, which is good for your brain because your brain is mainly made out of fats.
So be aware of the fats that you're intaking.
Yeah, so getting
quality
good fats like avocado, oil,
fatty fish,
MCT oil, which comes from coconuts,
olive.
So, I just want to pay attention to those forms of fats. But it's good for your brain because that's the fuel for your brain.
Your brain is mainly composed of fat.
Yeah, and the thing is with that and all with the ketogenic diet, it helps to clear out old dying cells from your brain, clears out any kind of like amyloid plaque, which you kind of just get throughout the day, and which sleep helps out, and so does a ketogenic diet. And it'll also help you to eliminate inflammation throughout your body and your brain. So it's good in that regard.
Yep.
And one supplement that you could look into taking is CBD oil, because with CBD oil, it's good to also get rid of inflammation throughout your body and your brain. This way you kind of have your brain functions going.
Yeah.
It's not fighting against the inflammation. And with CBD oil, the good thing is that it doesn't get you high, so you don't have to worry. Unless you get the one non-psychoactive. Unless you get the one that's combined with THC, so you get a little bit of psychoactive.
Make sure it's 100% CBD.
Yeah, straight up CBD, you'll be good. You don't have to worry about getting high and all funky.
Hey man, what's going on?
Spacey.
I got the munchies or some reason.
So get on those different foods and supplements and dietary lifestyles to help yourself out and your brain.
Yeah, man. Do it.
Passing it back to this guy.
Woo. Thank you, bud. Alright, everybody. Just gonna finish this off just by talking about some of the supplements. Adam just talked about some of the foods, and I'm gonna talk about some of the things you can get to supplement that you don't get necessarily directly in your diet, or just get a little bit more of the beneficial aspects. But one thing that Adam and I have incorporated in our diet over the last, I don't know if it's been a year, but lion's mane?
February.
Oh wow, so it's only been
8 months maybe.
But always heard good things about it. I had a buddy that was taking it for a while, and he saw benefit from it. What it does is it basically lowers your ability to contract or develop Alzheimer's and dementia. It clears out some of the brain fog that we've been talking about a lot throughout this podcast. And brain fog is due to a multitude of reasons. One aspect is inflammation, and what the lion's mane does is helps with your immune system. It helps to decrease or mitigate inflammation. So it's definitely a beneficial supplement that we've incorporated as of recent, and I would suggest to other people, if they're able to take it, to look into it and consult with their doctor about putting it into their daily supplement routine. We take it on a daily basis. It's one of the few supplements we do daily.
Yeah.
But it's been, for me, this is just anecdotal evidence, but it's been very beneficial for the fact that just my recall, I remember things a lot better. I'm quicker, not that I'm making decisions shooting from the hip, but I'm quicker to give a quality answer to what I'm doing, or when someone asks me a question. And I have less brain fog, and that's just me. I don't know if Adam...
Don't take my word for it.
Don't take my word for it,
No.
LeVar Burton.
I agree. It kind of helps me out in a lot of different ways as well. I just kind of feel a clear mind, and with the whole brain fog thing, and just being able to have good recall. I already had good recall before, but I mean, it feels as if it's improved a bit, and yeah,
it's just for me. And then even we got our parents a couple months back, and not too long ago, our mom even thanked us for. I appreciate you guys turning me on to the lion's mane. It's helped me out because as we get older, that brain fog definitely increases. I don't want it to increase to a level to where it develops into Alzheimer's or dementia, but just want to keep things to a minimum. And I appreciate that. Like I said, it's anecdotal evidence, but I appreciate that our parents are definitely getting a lot out of it as well. But it's something, like I said, you can work into your daily supplement routine. But look into it, consult your physician, before you enter it in. The next one I want to discuss is a little bit controversial, but it's psilocybin. Psilocybin, basically what it does, or what it is, it's the active ingredient in hallucinogenic mushrooms, magic mushrooms, if
Mario Brothers,
Tosul, Amanita muscaria, but it can be beneficial for you. It has such a negative connotation. People always just think, oh, you hippie, you're doing your mushrooms, or they just have this, like somebody who's a burnout, taking mushrooms, tripping out, whatever the case may be. But that's not necessarily the case. They've actually done studies as of recent. One of the ones that I recall, there's actually two that I want to talk about, but individuals with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, whether they were in one of the wars that we've participated in, and they have just psychological issues because of it, or just individuals who have experienced traumatic situations. But I don't know what was all entailed in the study or the research, but whatever type of psilocybin routine these people were on, it helped to decrease and mitigate a lot of the PTSD side effects that they're having, whether they're anxious, whether they had trouble socializing. It significantly decreased those individuals' issues. But then also there was another study of individuals who either they were terminally ill, or they're just getting up there in age and they're on the verge of dying. And what the study did, they administered psilocybin to these individuals, and the people who were terminally ill with cancer or whatever it may be were more accepting of what was coming in life, and it decreased that anxiety. And these are great reasons to
even sorry to interrupt, but Larry Hagman,
yeah,
he was definitely
was an actor.
Yeah, he was out there and preaching about a psilocybin as well.
Yeah, it's so many people have great things to say about it, but just I'll say popular media or whatever it is, they always have these negative connotations, whether it's law enforcement, whether it's TV, it's so on and so forth. But even great minds like I'll say Steve Jobs, I don't know if it was acid or mushrooms, but he did those, and look at him, he died early of cancer, but either way,
maybe he did too much, I don't know.
I know, who knows, but it can be beneficial for you. But think about this, just earlier, about 2 to 3 months ago, in Colorado, mushrooms became legal recreationally. And then also this year in 2019, Portland is having it on the ballot so they can have the recreational sales of psilocybin mushrooms to be legal. I'm just thinking, why is it such a bad thing if these states are enacting it to be legal? Obviously, there's some credibility and merit to these tests that are being developed and studied. So, hey man, it's pretty soon marijuana or mushrooms are going to be just as available as can't even talk, but mushrooms are going to be just as available as marijuana is. Marijuana is becoming available in state after state after state after state. I'll say within the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to see the same thing with mushrooms. But that's just, like I said, it's controversial, but there are a lot of legitimate merited situations with benefits with mushrooms. And the one last one that I want to mention is, Adam kind of talked about it with eating fatty fish, but a fish oil supplement, intaking a quality fish oil supplement.
Not just any cheap one you can find at the grocery store or wherever.
Yeah, just do your research. There's websites, we've discussed it in one of our podcasts about supplements, but there is a website that you can check out to basically validate your fish oil. It gives it like a rating system, I think, of 1 to 5 stars or 1 to 4 stars, and it'll tell you how yours fares amongst their rating system, whether it's purity, it's potency, things of that sort. But what a quality fish oil supplement does, it helps to decrease the amount of inflammation that develops in your brain. So it mitigates a lot of the inflammation and mitigates the brain fog. One of the many things that causes brain fog is inflammation, whether it's from foods that we eat, sugar that we intake. It causes that inflammation, which develops into brain fog. So taking a quality fish oil supplement would benefit that. There was also a blind test that was done where they had a placebo group and a control group of mothers that were pregnant with their children. And the mothers that were in the placebo group, they were eating fatty fish and taking fish supplements. And I don't know the specifics of the blind or the placebo group, I don't know if they were fed things that were faux fish and a wannabe fish oil supplement, but they did a study after the children were born, maybe a couple years after they were maybe learned to read and learned whatever the case may be. But the study had shown that the children of the mothers that ate the fatty fish and took the supplements of the fish oil, those kids had higher IQs than the kids whose mothers that did not intake fish oil throughout their pregnancy. So why wouldn't you want to input fish oil? It's legal, you can get it anywhere, but like I said, make sure you get a high quality over quantity. Don't get that
tub of it for a nickel.
Costco. Like, oh, I got a million little pills of fish oil at Costco for $5. Like I said, quality over quantity, peeps. Don't just get it because we say it. Get it because you did your research and you found a quality product. But all those being said, there is one more I want to touch base on just really quick. It's curcumin. It's a derivative of turmeric, but yeah, you might want to input that one as well. All right, all these benefits of taking care of your brain health, why not incorporate some of them? We all have a brain. We could all improve it a little bit, no matter how smart or how egotistical you may be. I'm sure you can have some sort of improvement. So you only have one brain, take care of it. Any last words?
No, I feel we've covered everything that I could say. So yeah, just take care of yourself.
All right, thank you guys. Heed our advice. Thank you very much. Love you. TWNRGY Podcast.
I'm Adam.
I'm Aaron.
Have a good one.
Take care.